Hello mathematicians and welcome back. Alright, so this is your final video on how to use subtraction with the U.S. Standard Algorithm. Okay, so we have looked at the problem and I've given you the opportunity to work it out using whatever strategy you wanted. That was the first video. And the second video that you watched, I used base 10 blocks and we looked how we could break apart our tens. Remember, broke it apart and made it into ones. It's like when you are out of something at your house and your mom tells you to go borrow from the neighbor, okay? That's what we did. So now we're going to look at how to work out that problem using numbers, using notation, okay? So we're going to use the same problem of 283 minus 137. Now you see the way that I have it written on the board. It's going straight across. When we do the U.S. Standard Algorithm for addition and subtraction, we write the numbers up and down. We write the equation up and down. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I've got my dry erase board. Here we go. So I'm going to go 283 like that minus 137. Now I'm going to tell you what's really important about this is when you write your equations this way, you want to line up your digits. Whatever's in the ones place, put them one on top of the other. Whatever's in the tens place, do the same thing, hundreds, thousands, and so forth, okay? Because if you do not put your numbers on top of each other, you're going to get confused, okay? Now, we're always going to start in the ones place when we do this strategy. Now, the other strategies we've been doing, we've been starting at the front, at the greatest place. But when you're using this strategy, the old school way, you always have to start in the very back at the ones place. All right, so looking at the ones place, we have 3 minus 7. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and you need to remember it. When the bigger number is on the bottom, you better borrow. Say that with me. The bigger number's on the bottom, you better borrow. And we always borrow from our neighbor, the number next door. Now, don't look at 3 minus 7 and say that's 4. Look here, I got 3 fingers. Can you take 7 away from them without breaking my fingers? No, because the bigger number's on the bottom. So I have to go to my neighbor, the tens place, the number on top, and I have to borrow a group of 10. Now, we did that a while ago using our rods. Okay, remember we had 8 and we broke one of them into 10 little units. And then we gave those 10 to the ones place. Let's show you what that looks like when you write it. All right, so I'm going to take one group of 10 away from the 8. So I'm saying 8 minus 1, and that equals 7. Put it up top. And then that group of 10, I'm going to give it to my ones place, the 3. And so what I'm really saying is 10 plus 3. Okay, and 10 plus 3 is 13. Now, is the bigger number on the bottom or is it on the top? It's on the top, so we can subtract that. So 13 minus 7 equals 6. And that's exactly what we got a while ago when we took away our little units. Okay, we got 6 of those. All right, so we're completely finished with the ones, and now we have to move over to our neighbor, the tens. All right, so in the tens place, we have 7, not 8. Remember, we borrowed one from that one, so it's really 7. So we have 7 minus 3. Is the bigger number on the bottom or the top? It's on the top, so we can do that. 7 is bigger than 3. It's greater than. All right, so 7 minus 3 equals 4. All right. We're done with our tens place. So now we have to move over to the last place in this equation, and that is the hundreds place. So we have 2 minus 1. Is the bigger number on the top? Yes, so we can subtract that. So 200 minus 100 equals 100. And then we're left with the final answer of 146, which is exactly what we got when we did the base 10 blocks. Now, guys, you're going to be working this week on this, okay, using that U.S. Standard Algorithm. And I promise you that we will have more time together with Google Meets and videos where you can go back and look at this strategy, because this is an actual Tennessee 4th grade standard. Okay, so you've got to know this. And one thing before we wrap up, we did this with addition. Okay, let's do it with subtraction. Does this 7 right here above the 8, does it really stand for just a 7? No, it's in the tens place. So what it really means is it's 7 groups of 10, or 70. So it's really important that you know what these numbers up top mean, because you're going to be asked that on some questions, okay, on quizzes and things. All right, well, that is it for now. Tune in to our next video and have a great rest of the day. Bye for now.